Good morning, students. So today we are going to see the third lesson in your social science chapter. This is the first lesson from your civics. Okay, the lesson that we are going to see today is our constitution. Alright, so I will tell you all what we are going to look into this lesson. Okay, so these are the main objectives. So in today's class we are going to be covering these topics. First one is the meaning of constitution. What exactly is constitution? Importance of constitution. What is drafting committee? Preamble of the constitution and the features of the constitutions. So these are the five main topics that we will be covering in today's class. The first one is meaning, importance, the definition of drafting committee, preamble of the constitution and features of the constitution. Now, what is exactly constitution? What do you understand when we say constitution? Constitution is nothing but a set of basic rules followed by a country. Now, everywhere we go, we have a set of rules and regulations, correct? Now, if you all know how to drive a two-wheeler, there are certain rules for you to drive a two-wheeler. For example, you need to wear a helmet, you need to have a license, etc. Similarly, in anywhere we go, even when you're coming to school, there are certain rules that you have to follow. Similarly, in our country, we have set of basic rules that we need to follow. That is called constitution. It's a set of basic rules. Basic rules is nothing but common rules that is followed by a country. Every individual, every person in our country should follow the basic rules. Alright, the other thing is it refers to the rights and duties of the citizen. What are the rights of an individual? What a citizen needs to do? He has his own rights. He has his freedom of speech, freedom of liberty. Alright, and the duties of the citizen as an individual, what is his duty? What he is imbibed to do? All that comes under constitution. And the next thing is a reference guide to the government. Next, the third main point is it is a guide to the government. What the government is supposed to be following. Alright, so these are the basic understanding of constitution. First one is a set of basic rules followed by the country. Secondly, it refers to the rights and duties of the citizen. Thirdly, refers to reference guide to the government. Okay, guide is something where if we need any help, we look into a guide, correct? So constitution acts as a guide to the government. Alright? Now the next thing that we are going to see is importance of constitution. Alright, now why is constitution important to us? How is it important to us? Why do we require constitution? First one is it protects the rights of the citizens as well as all are equal before the law. Before the law, everybody is equal. There is no discrimination. A constitution does not see its caste, it does not see your religion, it does not see your gender, it doesn't see anything, but everybody is equal in front of the law. You all can see a picture here, correct? It's a weighing machine, and you also can see a man's picture here and a female's picture here. So both are equal front of the law. If a person is wrong, he is wrong, irrespective of what religion he is from or what caste he belongs to. Alright? So it protects the rights of the citizens as all are equal. Everybody is equal. Okay? That is one of the most important point you should know. Second important point is it functions as a reference guide to the duties to be performed by the government. As I said, constitution is like a guide. Am I right? So constitution is like a guide. Now it is like a reference guide to the government. If the government needs any reference in certain laws or certain duties or certain regulations, it goes and looks into the constitutions. It looks into the different laws, duties, amendment, acts and everything. So it acts as a reference guide to the government duties. Okay, so this is the most important point, second most important point. Thirdly, it coordinates the functions of the democratic institutions such as legislature. Legislature is nothing but assembly to make laws. Okay, a legislative assembly is set. You all will be knowing this. A legislative assembly is set where it provides laws. The laws that we follow now is given by the legislative assembly. Next is executive. Executive is nothing but power. Okay, like your ministers, like the member of the parliament and so on. Next is judiciary. Judiciary is nothing but court. Okay, so here judiciary is the system of the court. Here it coordinates all these three to function together. That is the legislator, executive and the judiciary. These are three different bodies. Legislature is a different body, executive is a different body and judiciary is a different body. So it helps these three different bodies to function as one body. Constitution helps to do this in a systematic way. The next point that we have to see here is it also organizes better relations between the government and the individual. Now constitution is like a bridge between the government and the common people. The common people, individual is us. Alright, so here it organizes a better relationship between the government and the individual. The government sets rules and we follow the rules. So the main compound here is constitution. Alright, so this is the role of the constitution. It makes rules, interpret rules and enforces rule. So legislative, as I said, the three bodies. Legislative is one of the body which makes rules. Okay, they make rules. Judiciary interprets the rule. Is it able to follow? Can we have this rule or law going to the country? And the next is executive. Executive is nothing but finally finalizes the rule. Okay, this is how it is supposed to be going. Alright. The next important, so what we studied now was the importance of the constitution. Now we are going to learn a new term, okay, which is called the drafting committee. What is a draft? Draft is nothing but a sample of your main rule or law. Now even if you all have your textbooks, now you all are looking at your textbooks. So before your textbook could be published, you all will have a draft copy, which is a sample of everything. So a drafting committee was set up. Alright, drafting, we'll see what exactly is drafting committee. Drafting committee is a group of people who sit together to draft or frame a constitution. Now as I said earlier, constitution is nothing but rules and regulations. Now who's going to set these rules and regulations? A group of committee, one group of committee. That group of committee is called the drafting committee. Alright. So this drafting committee was created by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. He said that it is necessary for our country to have a drafting committee. So he was the one who started off having this committee. Okay, he created this. Who created this is Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. And for the first drafting committee, the president was Dr. Rajendra Prasad. So he was the president of the drafting committee. What is his name? Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Alright. So in the first committee, the members included 299. This was the total number of members that were included in the drafting committee. Alright. 299. So when did this first drafting committee take place? When was the first session? There are many sessions that happen. The first session took place on 9th December 1946. So this was the first time this drafting committee, a proper meeting was taken place. That was on 9th December 1946. And the next is from when it was adapted. Okay, from remember, you all know that we celebrate Republic Day, correct? Republic Day is celebrated because our constitution was formed, right? So this was when 26 Jan 1950 only the drafting committee was approved and the constitution was framed. So it was adopted on 26 Jan 1950, the day we celebrate Republic Day. Next is November 26 is considered as the constitutional day. Alright, now after that is first general election. So after the constitution was framed, election has to take place, correct? So the election took place, the first election took place in the year 1951 to 52. We know that 1945 we got our independence. So the first election took place after 5 years, okay? 1951 and 52. Next is we have the drafting committee set up a bicameral legislature. What is bicameral legislature? That is, the government, the court is divided into Rajya Sabha and the parliament is divided into Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. That is called bicameral legislature. Alright, so this was set up in the year 1952. The other most important thing that you all have to see is the size of the constitution. Okay, the size, that is how much we have the largest constitution in the world. Okay, with 395 articles and 12 schedules. So this is the reason why we have the largest constitution. Alright. The next that we are going to see is preamble. Okay, now the preamble is considered to be the heart of the constitution. Alright, it is considered to be the heart of the constitution because it speaks exactly what our country requires. Okay, it speaks exactly what our country requires. So what it talks about: justice, freedom, equality, self-respect, fraternity and national integrity. Everything put together forms the preamble. Okay, this is basically a short format of the constitution. Alright, now we can see the preamble here. I put a picture here. We the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, that is for the people, and to secure to all the citizens justice, liberty, equality, fraternity. So this is your preamble, which is considered to be the heart of the constitution. Alright. Next I'm going to tell you all about the features of the constitution. Alright, what are the most unique features? What is different about the constitution? First is it is written. Okay, the Indian constitution is a written constitution. It is not typed or it is not printed. Alright, it is a written constitution. It is handwritten. Okay, that makes it very unique. It is in written form and it is the lengthiest constitution. Okay, as I said earlier, the Indian constitution is one of the lengthiest constitution. Is why? Because we have a common constitution throughout the country. It is not separate. It is not like, okay, this state has a different constitution, and it is not like that. Whereas it has a common constitution throughout the country. So this is the reason it is the lengthiest constitution, and it is single constitution, central and state. Okay, it is not different. It is not like, okay, the central has a different constitution, whereas the state has a different constitution, but it is the same. That is the reason it is the lengthiest. Alright. The next unique feature is it is a republic. Republic is, you all know that India is a republic country. Am I right? Republic country is nothing but we are ruled by the government. We are no more ruled by kings or queens. Okay, so that is why we are called as a republic country. There is no rule of the king. We are not ruled by the king anymore. Okay, we are ruled by the government. And the other one is rule of elected representatives by the people. And who elects the people who are ruling us? Now we have a prime minister, we have chief minister. Who elects them? It is us people who elect them, correct? So rule of the elected representatives by the people. So that is why we are the republic country. Next, fundamental rights and duties. Okay, we have basic fundamental and rights that every individual has to do. So there are six fundamental duties. State can never pass a law that curbs fundamental rights. A state can never pass a law which interferes in the life of the people. It shouldn't be a disturbance for the citizen. Alright. The next is secularism. Okay, the next important feature is secularism. As the word itself tells you, secular. We are a secular country. Uploads the principles of secularism, which is there is no discrimination irrespective of what caste you are, what religion you are, where you're from, what religion. Alright, so the principle of secularism, there is no discrimination. Practice of religion of their own choice. In our country, there is no force to practice only a particular religion. Okay, so you can practice whichever it's the individual's choice to practice whichever religion they want, let it be Christianity, Hinduism, Muslims, etc. Okay, that is about secularism. Next is independent judiciary. Judiciary is nothing but the court. Okay, the one who makes judgment. So judiciary is independent. Okay, the judiciary does not get influenced by any political parties or the government or the fundamental rules or regulations. Judiciary is independent. Parliament and government cannot interfere in the law making. Okay, the judgment is completely different. The parliament and the government cannot interfere. Okay. The next one is universal. This is the last topic in this lesson. Universal adult franchise. This is nothing but voting. You have the rights to cast your vote from 18 years and above. Electing representatives through voting of adult franchise, 18 years and above. So you have the rights to vote. Okay, from 18 years and above. voting without discrimination. There is no discrimination like, okay, since you belong to this religion you cannot vote, or since you belong to this caste you cannot vote. There is no discrimination here. You are a citizen of India, so you can vote 18 years and above. Okay, so students, this is a lesson. This is your third lesson, our constitution. I will be sending the homework along with this lesson. So I want you all to watch the video carefully and also do the homework. Alright, thank you.